There is a lot of NPCs in Hollow Knight, so let's get started. First is Brum, who gives you a flame when you first talk to him, but if you go with him to the campfire, then he sacrifices himself to destroy the Grim Troop. And back at Dirtmouth, you see Nim, who gives you the Carefree Melody charm. I didn't mention, but I'm actually ranking these from how nice they are to the main character, so I'm putting them both in B, as destroying the Grim Troop means the knight will never have to fight NKG, which I see as a win. However, instead of going with Brum, if you go to the Grim Troop, you'll find a shop next to the Grim Fight entrance, which has Divine in. I'm putting her straight to A tier, because without her Unbreakable Strength, one of the best charms in the game, would still be fragile. Therefore you would have to repair it every time you died, and when you take Godhome into consideration, you can see why Divine is this high. In the Queen's Station, the room above the Stag doesn't have anything in, except Willow, a tall bug that is eating fruit, right? Nothing bad at all, until you dream now and find out it wants to eat you. Definitely F tier. What's even more crazy is that you can actually go above Willow to see where she's eating and find the corpse of someone. And what makes it worse is the Grim Steed, who is basically the same bug but is working for the Grim Troop. Like bro, you can join Willow in F tier. Speaking of the Grim Troop, next up is Grim. You're probably thinking I'm gonna put him in F tier or something, but actually he's pretty nice. I mean, he calls the fight a dance, he bows before he begins, and there's an audience watching. He wasn't really intending to kill us, at least I don't think, so I'm saying he's C tier. Next up is Cornelius. If you don't know who Cornelius is, you haven't played Hollow Knight. He's the most iconic NPC. And along with that title, I'm saying he's the nicest NPC. Anything other than S tier would be wrong. He even says that he'll give us the maps for free if he could. Bro is a walking W. And if you guys are enjoying this video, make sure to like it. If you guys are really enjoying the video, make sure to subscribe. And also join the Discord, link in description. Back to the video. And right after Cornelius is his wife, Zelda. She is not as nice. Well, I mean, she is still really nice, but she's the reason we don't get Cornelius' maps for free, according to him. So, A tier. Next is the Dreamers. If these guys are actually NPCs, then they are by far S tier. They're the reason you can beat the game. What else can I say? Hornet is not the nicest, to be honest, as she is really mean to us in her dialogue, tries to kill us twice, doesn't tell us when Silksong will be released, tells us to when true ending. F tier. Next up is Tuck, who is found in the Royal Waterways, and he's actually really helpful. I mean, he gives you a tip for life. Yeah, he's pretty nice. He sells rancid eggs, which already is bad, but it's also overpriced, so D tier. Next up is Bardoon, who is actually really cool. He tells us about lore and stuff, and overall is pretty nice. I'll put him in C tier though, as he doesn't give us any essentials or anything good. And now is Bretta, who is the nicest by far, as once you do the easy parkour to save her, she calls you her hero, and also gives you a Mars shard. Definitely A tier. And now is Grubfather. Grubfather is in S tier. He rewards us so many times, giving us 6,750 geo in total, a Mars shard, a few charms, and loads of other cool stuff. And finally, when we save all the grubs, wait. I would have said that Sly is in S tier, because he gives us loads of Mars shards, keys, and other essential items needed to beat the game. However, he does fight us later on, and I'd say that isn't very nice, so he's A tier. Milel is obviously S tier. She has a bank where you can deposit all your geo and save it for later on. Okay, F tier. I found this out the hard way, but her shop is a scam. She baits us into giving her all our geo, then runs off with it to Pleasure House. It isn't that bad, as you can end up making a profit from taking all her geo, but nice-wise, she is the worst so far. if not for the whole game. The Stag is absolutely great. He's got to go in S tier. The Stag stations are so useful for getting around Hallownest, and this guy doesn't mind letting us know a bit about Hallownest lore as well. This guy is great and definitely deserves the top tier. On a completely different direction, next is Zoone, and let me put it like this. I would rather be with 100 Milebels than this stupid high ego idiot. When I first played through the game, I hated this guy, and as I progressed, I only hated him more. Bottom of F tier. Elderbug is great. He always updates us on news about what's happening in Dirtmouth and is a very peaceful NPC, minding their own business. Though does underestimate our potential. He doesn't say it, but you can tell he thinks we aren't coming back from the ruins. B tier. Salubra is S tier without a doubt. She gives us loads of charms, including Shaman Snow and Snail Body, two of the best charms in the game. She also gives us charm notches, and even Salubra's Blessing, which is OP. The Pale King was not the greatest person. I don't really know all the lore, but I'm pretty sure he did some bad stuff. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm gonna put him in D tier though, as he did create Hallownest in the first place. The White Lady is actually really nice to us. Even though I didn't understand half the things she said, I'm gonna put her in E tier. You guys already know Quirrell's top of S tier. No doubt about it. He is the best person there is, and man did I miss him when he was gone. He played the whole game through with us, helped us kill Umu, and loads more. Best NPC ever. Shaman Snow is a pretty nice character, giving us Vengeful Spirit, though the reason is not as nice. He uses us to kill the enemy above, trapping us in until we do so. We can exploit this with a glitch, by the way. Masker fans will know. Anyways, I'm putting Shaman Snow in D tier, as, well, they're not the nicest. Tiso I wasn't very sure about. The fact that he wants to fight us, I guess, is not the nicest. But when you go to Kingdom's Edge and find out he died, well, it makes me feel a bit bad about putting him low. B tier. The Hunter is actually really nice to us. He calls us brave for not running away, gives us a journal to keep track of all the enemies, and when you finish it, he also gives you a Hunter's Mark of Honor. Top of A tier. Clough is great. A courageous warrior inspired by our strength. She helps us throughout the game, eventually sacrificing herself to kill the traitor lord for us. S tier. You're probably thinking I'm putting Dung Defender low, as he tries to kill us, but turns out he actually didn't mean to, and mistaked us for a foe. Either way, he did attack us, so B tier. The Nailsmith is another great NPC, as he lets us upgrade our nail all the way up until pure nail. At the end, he tells us to kill him, but if you don't, then he thanks you at Shio's hut, as he'd rather live with Shio than dying. Though that is more of whether we are nice to him, so overall I'm saying he is A tier. I'm ranking Oro and Mato the same, because, well, it's less effort. And they're decently nice to us. They give us nail arts, but to be honest, I don't really use them, though that's just me. They also fight us in Pantheon 1 in Godhome. Overall, I'd say they're C tier. Right after Oro and Mato, we have Paint Master Shio, who seems quite a bit nicer than the other nail masters in my opinion, because he gives us Great Slash, which is the only nail art I've ever used. He also tells us his story on how he gave up being a nail master to be a painter, though he does fight us in Pantheons. I'd say B tier. Next is Lam, who there's not much to say about. He's really nice, he gives us a load of Geo. B tier. Next is Legita, who is actually kinda nice. He isn't as much with his dialogue, but he gives us some good charms. He doesn't tell them that they'll break when we die though. I think that B tier is fair. Maskmaker tells us a bit about Hallownest lore and stuff, but otherwise doesn't really do much. C tier. Little Fool is pretty cool, I guess. He just tells us about the Colosseum. C tier. Un is great. They give us the shape of Uncharm, which isn't the best charm in the game, but is pretty useful. B tier. The Seer is great. When we collect Essence, they give us loads of cool things like the Dream Gate or even Awoken Dream Knell, which is needed for true ending. B tier. Unnamed Moth, animal thing, I don't really know. I'm pretty sure they give us the Dream Knell or something. B tier. Mila is so cool. She is one of the first NPCs I found and talks to us a bit about mining and stuff. It was really sad when she was infected, so B tier. I've never seen this guy ever, so let's try and get him to spawn. Oh my god, okay, I actually got him first try, though I didn't manage to attack him. That's fine. Why did he run away like that? The knight isn't that ugly, is he? D tier. This guy just says some gibberish stuff. I don't know, C tier. Grey Mourner is actually pretty nice, not only giving us a Mars Shard, but also giving us infinite tries to get the Mars Shard with the Delicate Flower quest. A tier. Distant villagers trick you to sit on a bench and then trap you in a den with these guys. Definitely D tier. Midwife is alright, just tells us some lore and... wait. Tries to eat us? F tier. With Mr. Mushroom, is it only me that didn't understand anything this guy said? And then he said excuse me and disappears. How rude. D tier. Gigi and Steel Soul Gin are both really nice, giving you stuff for rancid eggs. In my opinion, I think the Steel Soul Gin is better, as she gives you Geo, whereas Gigi gives you your Shade, which I only needed once in my whole playthrough. Both are good, so B tier. Next is the Godseeker, who is used to dream now and get into Godhome. Godseeker appears behind the doors before the final boss on each Pantheon as well, or at least I'm pretty sure these are the same person. B tier. In my whole playthrough, I never actually found Eternal Emilita. She doesn't say much, but is pretty polite and nice. I'll put her in C tier. And the final NPC on our whole list is Fluke Hermit, who says some random stuff, but doesn't try to kill us, so C tier. If you guys enjoyed this video, then make sure to subscribe, and also join the Discord. This video took me quite a while to make. And if you guys have any suggestions for future videos, make sure to comment them down below. I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.